The office lights automatically dim down at 11 pm, leaving only the soft ambient glow of the desktop screens and the faint green exit signs scattered across the massive open floor of the office. At this hour, the usual corporate chatter, the click of formal shoes, the loud coffee machine discussions, the constant ring of Microsoft Teams notifications is very, very low. There is only the slow, soothing voice of the central air conditioning. Abhijeet had been with the company for 3 long years. To anyone walking down the office bay, he was the definition of a workaholic. He was tall, with sharp, handsome round features and intense looks. He lived behind a wall of silence. He was a legendary coder, the guy who could sit for 12 hours straight, buried in lines of complex script without looking up once. He had built a strict, nerdy, and unapproachable image for himself. He did not chat by the water cooler. He did not do small corporate talks. He just worked. But 8 months ago, that controlled, predictable world of his completely shattered. That was when Ananya joined the company. The very first day she walked onto the floor, Abhijeet happened to look up from his screen. He was instantly captivated by her beauty. Ananya was 5 foot 5 inches tall, carrying herself with a quiet magnetic mystery that did not need to shout for attention. She did not like to dress like the other corporate women. She wore outfits that elegantly highlighted her natural, exquisite features, her curves, her womanly, healthy abdominal bulge that looked soft and real. Her makeup was minimal, just a hint of lipstick and a perfectly highlighted eyebrows. She was an incredibly attractive, high-standard woman with a deep sense of dignity. She never lingered around after her work was done, and she did not force herself to hang out with people she did not resonate with on a mind level, people who didn't know their own values. Their normal office hours were identical. Both of them worked the late evening shift from 5:30 pm to 2:30 am, and for 8 months this was Abhijeet's secret life. Every single evening he would watch her come into the bay. He would catch the faint, intoxicating scent of her jasmine perfume as she passed his desk. He knew absolutely nothing about her personal life, and because of his rigid, nerdy image in the office, he never came out to speak. He became her secret lover, trapped in his own silence, watching her from across the room while his heart raced in secret. But one weekend, the cosmos decided it had waited long enough. Usually, Ananya only worked on weekdays, but that Saturday, because of some emergency, a teammate had a medical issue and had to rush to the hospital. So that teammate asked her if she could cover his shift, and Ananya, being a deeply helpful and kind person, agreed. Her weekend night shift ran from 10 pm to 7 am. Abhijeet, on the other hand, routinely worked one of the weekend shifts. That night, he had been sitting at his desk since 5 pm. By 10 pm, he had been coding for 5 straight hours. His brain was fried and he needed a break. He decided to go down to get a hot cutting chai and feel relaxed. So he walked over to the elevators, completely unaware of what was waiting on the other side of those silver doors. The elevator chimed, the doors slid open, and there stood Ananya. She wasn't in her usual office formals tonight. She was wearing a breathtaking sleeveless floral scarf-length gown. Her hair was completely open, cascading over her shoulders, and she wore a soft lavender-colored lipstick. The rich, heavy fragrance of a jasmine hit him instantly. Abhijeet's heart violently thudded against his ribs. He felt a cold sweat break out on his palms, feeling so magnetized and captivated. This was the closest he had ever stood to her in 8 months. Her energy was so intense, so close, that it felt like an actual physical force. He bent down for his chai, holding an intense duality within him. Intense nervousness but intense captivation. His mind was completely pulsating. He couldn't think straight. His attention was entirely captured, and he knew he wouldn't be able to work in the same way again that night. But as he stood outside, some cosmic power or courage entered his bones. It felt like a cosmic force was moving him, telling him that today, somehow, he would confess his feelings because the entire situation was perfect. Almost everyone would leave the building after 2 a.m. He decided right then that he was going to stay back until 7 a.m. He was going to speak his truth. By midnight, the massive open floor ODC was like a ghost town. The lights automatically dimmed, leaving only a few desktop screens glowing in the dark. Ananya was staring at her laptop, completely stuck. She was writing code to fix a major bug, but nothing was working. Normally, she would talk to other colleagues if she had a doubt, but that night, only Abhijeet was there. She felt a little hesitant because she knew his image as the silent, passionate coder who doesn't talk much and lives a secret life in his own world. Taking a deep breath, she stood up and uncomfortably moved across the empty floor towards his desk. Rohit? Her magnetic voice broke the silence. He did not jump, but his mind raced. In his subconscious mind, he had practiced saying her name 1,000,000 times. He responded immediately, his voice firm, deep and steady. Ananya, could you help me with my code? She asked, with a soft, sarcastic smile on her lips as she looked around the empty ODC. I'm definitely sure you're the most right person to ask this. Oh yeah, sure. Let me check. I'll come over to your seat, Abhijeet said. As he walked over to her desk, his heart was throbbing and his mind was racing. But that unusual cosmic courage held him steady through the discomfort. Ananya sat in her chair and he stepped into her space, standing behind her left shoulder, leaning over to her laptop. The moment he leaned in, a strong, rich fragrance of oud perfume entered Ananya's nose. She had always loved strong fragrances in men. Because he was tall, His presence felt like a strong, safe masculine shelter wrapping around her as he placed his right hand firmly on the desk, leaning his body close, his other hand checking the code with absolute ease. "That's the problem," he murmured, his voice low, right near her ear. "I just changed this part to this. Run it now." She clicked the mouse. The code executed perfectly. The bug was gone. Ananya let out a bubbly, expressive laughter, the sound of absolute, unedited joy. "Oh, yes, thank you so much," she cried out in excitement, turning around in her chair. And without thinking, she reached out, touched his hands, and said, "Thank you, Abhijeet. I had been working on this for a long time. I feel so powerful now that I could actually create this entire code by myself." The moment her skin touched his, deep electrical chills shot down Abhijeet's spine. It was like he just explored a completely new dimension of feeling intensely attracted and magnetized to her. His suppressed passion surged to the surface. In his mind, he was visualizing almost kissing her neck and smelling her skin. His passion was so great for her that night that he didn't let go of her hand. He held it firmly. He wasn't even afraid that she'll feel uncomfortable because he knew he would make her feel safe with him. He wanted her to get to know his inside world. Ananya felt the sudden tight grip, but strangely she didn't pull away. A deep sense of safety kept her rooted. He stepped closer, standing just 3 inches away from Ananya, looking directly into her eyes under the dim office lights. He couldn't care less about the security cameras or his corporate image. Something far bigger was moving him that night. "Ananya," his voice was thick with raw emotion. "You've made me crazy. You are my secret passion, my secret longing since 8 months." Ananya's breath caught. She shifted slightly, her chest rising and falling, almost touching him. She could feel the rapid, intense thrum of his heartbeat against her own neck. "I fucking don't care about myself at this point right now," he whispered, his intense eyes locking onto hers. "I just wanted to tell you what you are and what you make me feel. The moment I saw you on day 1, I was magnetized. I was attracted and captivated by you. The way you speak, your intelligence, your beauty, it keeps me weak on my knees. Everyone thinks that I'm the strong, nerdy man who's only passionate to code. But secretly, Ananya, I was passionate about you." The words hung in the quiet, warm air of the empty office. Ananya sat perfectly still, looking up at him. Slowly, deliberately, he let go of her hand. His fingers moved up, his touch incredibly gentle, trembling slightly with respect. He softly traced the side of her face, his thumb brushing against her cheekbone, before his hand slipped down to rest on her bare arm. The contrast of his warm, solid hand against her skin made her whole body tingle. Then he reached out with both arms and pulled her up from the chair, drawing her into a tight, fierce hug. He held her against his chest as if she were the most precious thing in the universe. Ananya buried her face into his shoulder, inhaling the rich, grounding scent of his perfume. In his tight grip, she did not feel restricted. She felt entirely sheltered, safe, and complete. Slowly, he loosened the hug just enough to look down at her again. He cradled her face in both of his large hands, tilting her head up. He leaned down and pressed a slow, deep, reverent kiss right in the middle of her forehead. As his lips touched her skin, a massive, profound wave of realization hit Ananya. It was a literal awakening moment. For 8 months, she had lived her life quietly, keeping her guard up, blending into the corporate routine, and believing that she was just an ordinary woman doing her job. She had been craving connection, feeling a subtle emptiness as well, wondering if she was ever being seen by the world. But looking into his intense, worshipping eyes, she finally saw herself. She saw the reflection of her true nature. She was a total force of nature. Her intelligence, her high standards, her soft, mesmerizing, womanly beauty, and the sheer dignity of her existence were so potent that they had held a strong, brilliant man captive in the silent reverence for nearly 8 months. She felt her own inherent power wake inside her belly, rising up like a warm, radiant sun. She did not need any external validation anymore. She possessed an unshakable cosmic magnetism just by existing as herself. She smiled up at him, her eyes shining with a deep, genuine confidence that she would carry back into her life forever. She had finally witnessed the magnificent, powerful woman she was always meant to be. What Ananya realized that night is a profound spiritual truth that every woman needs to remember. The true power of the feminine is never about chasing, it is about collapsing the distance through pure magnetism. Masculine energy is a force of direction. It penetrates, it pursues, it codes. But feminine energy is the gravitational pull. It is a vortex. For 8 long months, Ananya did absolutely nothing to chase him. She did not change her personality. She did not lower her standards, and she did not linger around seeking attention. She simply stood fully rooted in her own space, carrying herself with dignity, smelling of jasmine and honoring her own boundaries. And that is what exactly drove him crazy. When a woman stops seeking validation from the outside world and instead turns inward to nourish her own depth, her aura changes. It becomes heavy, dense, and deeply intoxicating. She becomes like a black hole of pure grace, so rooted in her own worth that the universe has no choice but to bend and bring everything she desires straight to her feet. Your aura is your true signature. When your energy is clear, proud, and completely at peace with your soft, womanly essence, you don't have to fight for love, opportunities, or respect. You pull them toward you effortlessly. The deep lesson to carry into your real life from this story is this: you do not need to perform or diminish yourself to be loved. Your existence itself is wonderful. In a world that constantly tells a woman to hustle, change their bodies, and wear masks to fit into corporate and social boxes, true power lies in unlearning the need to please. Like Ananya, your inherent happiness, your confidence, and your value are already inside of you, waiting to be witnessed. Stop chasing people, answers, and validation outside of yourself. Step back into your own body, honor your standards, and trust the quiet cosmic power of your own magnetism. When you realize who you truly are, the right world will automatically find its way to you.